Aloha and welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson, coming to you from the Love Room on this cold and rainy day in Hawaiian beaches on the beautiful big island of Hawaii. Yay! And guess what? Guess who's joining me? Lori Tivitot. Woo! And in Love Room, in person in the Love Room, is the lovely Anne, who does not go on camera yet.
Again.
So hooray. So Lori has something and she's super stoked. So I'm just going to start with Lori.
Okay, so I've been, Peter and I have been driving around here, and there's a lot more traffic than normal, than what I'm used to in Maine. Florida's crazy. The 3 lanes, it on each 4 lanes, sometimes 5 lanes. And the fear, so much fear, like him not stopping in time, somebody cutting this way.
Coming up for you? Like in your body, the energy field?
Yeah.
You're sensing fear, like you might get in an accident or something like that?
And
awesome.
It's not just subtle, it's a lot. I mean, where I'm going, and poor Peter's like, what?
And then what?
Okay, so I'm just like, I don't know why. I mean, heat comes all over this body when, right after the near, because he's not stopping in time. What I think is time.
What you perceive to be not in time, yes.
Yes, and we'll be going on the highway 75 miles an hour, and then all of them, people are almost stopping. I'm like, what? So, and then I'm envisioning, thoughts are coming of people smashing behind me into me. What is going on?
Nothing.
Nothing is happening, seriously.
Yeah.
But this fear, I don't know what. Why? I don't know.
Well, what's the problem with it though?
Because I'm making him nervous when he doesn't seem to be.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, and I saw this come up earlier today with a friend too, where it was like, whatever it seems like you're doing to another person, you can be like within yourself saying, you're welcome. Because they're always getting what they need. Whatever you seem to be doing, whatever reaction they seem to be having to your reaction, they're always getting what they need. So it's like, you're welcome. You don't necessarily tell them that if they're not going to get it and they're not going to understand it, but it's like a feeling within yourself, because that feeling within yourself that makes it as if you've done something that's disturbed someone, that's a guilty thing. If you feel it, you can sense that is a guilty thing. And so you can let that block to love, so to speak, be removed from you.
Okay.
You don't have to carry that around, that idea like you can make another person nervous or upset or anything like that. It's like whatever they need to come from you is going to come from you. That's just the way it is. That's how their perception is going to be. I had that occur to me before with my son, where he said, oh my goodness, when it seemed like he almost hit a car and he was doing a driver's ed,
Right.
And he said, oh my goodness, you just got so scared. And I go, yeah, but it was awesome. It's gone now. It's like, it's good. It's not a problem. It's like, yeah, that occurred. And then it's like past.
Right.
It's not like it has to be held on to, but see, what people tend to get caught up in is like having that reaction and thinking it's a bad reaction to have. And then in thinking that it's a bad reaction to have, bring it about more, just like make more fear and then bring about even more of that kind of reaction.
So that's exactly what's happening.
It's just fun. Like you can laugh. Like, oh, got scared that you were going to smash into that car.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You know, it's not like it can do, don't give it any power to do anything. You're getting scared. You're getting like caught in a sense that you're going to smash something.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
I had an instance too where I was at the beach and I was just walking, and then all of a sudden, like I just got spooked. Like something seemed to be like crawling over my foot or something. And I just went, ah! And I jumped up, and my friend's like, "Are you okay?" And I looked down and I didn't see anything there, and I just laughed and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just being a girl. It's not a problem."
Just being a girl.
It's just like all this analyzing of like what I seem to be doing or how I seem to be projecting myself. All that analyzing takes away from the learning that it's meant for.
Right.
See? How can you make the choice for truth when you're busy analyzing yourself? It's just funny. You're funny. Whatever you do it's like entertaining. It's like entertainment. You know, don't be afraid to be a fool. It's okay.
It is okay. Right.
And you know, and you know, it's like if you're not afraid to be the fool, then you're available for the lesson. You know, if you're afraid to play the fool, you're always trying to prop up your self-image in some way.
That fool is just the ego.
It's just easy. It's just easy to see past it when you're willing to. It's willingness. And the only reason you wouldn't be willing to see past it is because you think there's a real threat.
Right. And there is no threat because
There's no threat. Yeah.
It's only the ego that believes there's a threat.
Right. It's kind of like if someone goes, "Gosh, would you quit reacting like that? It's really stressing me out." It's kind of like, thanks for playing. It's all games. It's all games on the surface. You don't have to get caught up in the game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So hooray to the next time you get scared of dying in the car.
What? Say that again.
I said hooray to the next time you get scared of dying in the car.
That's it. Scared of dying. That's it.
Yeah,
So,
watch when you get a deep breath within that, how much light comes in. Watch when you get a deep breath in the midst of that, because watch that fear. It's such a powerful energy, and it's just being misinterpreted. It's only fear right on the surface, and all this excitement and light and learning below it, beneath that really thin surface. It's really a big opportunity. It's like, yeah, that feeling when you just like got shaken.
Well, I will have plenty of practice at it.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's fun to see how that goes.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if I have any questions and stuff over here. Yay! Thank you for coming on. I love you. And then we have a chat right here. There's Orba and Moy. Okay, fabulous. All right, so I have some cool stuff to go over with you guys. For one, I was having this really amazing and awesome, I was having an amazing and awesome exchange with one of my friends who comes on Wisdom Dialogues, and we were exchanging via text. So I'm going to pull that up. She spoke to me for like maybe, I don't know, 6 minutes or something like that. The recordings are gone. Her audios are gone now. But I heard it and I answered them one by one. And she was just like, her questions were really great. I could see how they can apply to a lot of situations. So I'm going to kind of recap that for you guys so you guys can know what's going on with that and maybe get some amazing downloads for yourself. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. So there was this idea that the boy, who's the 13-year-old boy, these are co-parents. They don't live together. They're on semi-amicable, it seems, terms. So the boy got caught in school with a marijuana pen at 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
So when the dad heard about that, he's like, okay, it's over. He's living with me. He's not living with you anymore. You can have him on weekends. So then the boy is going, I don't want to do that, Mom. I want to go. I want to be with you. You know, I want you to do something to get me back. Well, the woman is in her certain special circumstance as well, with a new husband who doesn't want that little boy and all of his apparent problems around, and 2 small kids. Okay, so hands full, that kind of stuff. She said, I just don't feel led to go after that, to pursue that. Like, if the dad wants to raise him, then that's okay. He's got all of his rules and stuff like that, and it's going to all be okay. But feeling upset because the boy is going, hey, why don't you do something? I need you to play your role. I need you to do something, you know? And the mom is going, well, you know, I just don't feel motivated at all to go through that. I don't feel motivated to do that. I feel like this is your path, and, you know, to go along with it, you know? And so it's that sense, like, am I doing it right? That's only to bring that sense up. Am I doing it right? Look, you don't have a choice in that decision. You know, even the word saying, I just don't feel motivated to do that. Not a choice that you have, but it's behind that. It's behind that. Like, how are you taking it? As if are you questioning it? Are you questioning that? Whatever you see on the surface? I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't change your mind. Your mind could change in any moment, because it just changes like that. Next thing you know, you're going, you know what? Never mind. I'm going full force now. You have no idea. So it's just about not making it right or wrong. No need to make that anything. It's just part of the show. You're getting feelings coming up. It's your perception of yourself playing out, your perception of a separate belief. You don't have to make it real. Just keep loving. That's it. It's really the easiest thing, and it's the hardest thing for the ego to accept, that it's okay, just in loving whatever the perception seems to be. Oh, I'm not motivated to do that. Well, I hate you for not doing that, or you're not compassionate for not doing that. In fact, I got a similar perception this week. Someone asked me if I would do something, and it was more like a demand, I guess. And I said, no, you know, I really don't feel motivated toward that at all. And I said, and she said, well, why not? And I said, well, it just really doesn't call to me. You know, it just does not call to me. And there was this like, wow, you know, if you were really wanting to show some compassion, you would do this thing. And that's the way the ego will pop up a lot of the times. It's like, you should be doing it like this. And that's not where the compassion is, because no one's doing anything. The compassion is seeing through that body kind of armor, kind of projection of the thought that you separated yourself, seeing past that and recognizing that that's like a show playing out. And the only choice you're really making is whether to make yourself guilty for it, or to try to analyze, even in analyzing what, you know, even if you make yourself innocent for it, it's really making yourself guilty for it. If you're not making yourself at all, it's just innocence. See? It's just awareness of the situation. It's just awareness of what's really being performed here for you and why it's being performed for you. That's the biggest thing. It's like, why is this performance taking place? You know, why would this performance be taking place in my perception, but to undo that thought that makes a perception appear to me? in the first place.
Mm.
Aloha, Mark. I love you. Thank you for joining. Yay. Aloha, everyone. I appreciate you. Okay, so she wrote a little bit more to me. And let's see. So it's not like, another thing, it's not like the other person made the choice. Okay, the other person didn't make the choice to take the son away. The father did not make that choice. He did not have that choice to make. Just like you, the only choice he has is the choice between the truth of who he is and making the illusion true. So when you're willing to see that he doesn't have a choice, it comes all back to innocence. He's playing it for you. The son telling you that he wishes you would do things differently, also playing that for you and making it out like you're the doer so you can get that kind of feeling, so you can get that kind of sensation. Okay? Because you can see through it. That's why. Because you can see through it. Oh, I love you. Thank you, Jill. So, because whenever you see through it and recognize that someone is innocent, as in they didn't have a choice in that, like whether they did that, whether he decided to take his son instead of leaving him with me, he had no choice in that. That's how you see your innocence. See? Don't make them guilty. You see them make a choice that you don't like, don't make them guilty. It's the same one expression of a confused mind. It's not personal. They didn't do anything. Just like you. Then the boy got arrested when he was at her house, which was really fun. I love seeing the parallels, don't you, Anne? No, my bad. He didn't get arrested. He didn't get arrested. The cops came. The cops just came. And they said, this kid is too young to be out past a certain hour. We could write him a ticket, but we're not. You see the parallel in that story with mine from a couple of weeks ago? Is that fun or what? I love that. So then my friend asked me, my friend told me she is afraid of telling the father that the cops came. But she has to tell him.
Why?
Exactly. You don't have to do anything. You got no duties.
She's not in charge of whether she does it.
You're not in charge of it. That's right. But thinking that you have to, see, that's putting the burden on you.
Yeah, that's.
I have to be honest. I have to be honest. That what you say on the surface has not a damn thing to do with honesty. You are honest within yourself, honest to the truth that you are, the love that you are right now. You don't have a choice in whether you're apparently honest, actually. And you probably heard the saying, some things are better left unsaid. Especially if someone's going to get their ass kicked for it.
Or what they don't know doesn't hurt them.
There's another one. Thank you.
Another one, yeah.
It's just like, and those things are just for letting you be free. Letting you be free in your own heart. And knowing that you're always going to be led to make the right choices on the apparent surface. Always. Even if they seem like they're the wrong ones, they're for teaching and learning. It's perfect. Don't be down on yourself. Being down on yourself makes you manifest in ways you don't like. You know, it's just how it goes. Just keeps on going like that. All right. Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? Nothing to do. Look at all the should I do this? It's running in the mind. It's wasting energy. It's like it's wearing you down. It's distracting you from seeing that you're not capable of doing anything. You're really not capable of doing anything. Should I do this? Let it be a red flag. A red flag to remind you that it's like you're in a comedy club. Someone's telling a joke and you can laugh at it. That is an opportunity for laughter. Should I? I mean, it's one thing, like I'm talking to technical support right now. It's like, okay, should I push the power button now? You know, that's what it's for.
You're back to tech support again.
Hey, I am the tech support woman. I'm the best at it. You know, it's like it's not like the tech support is gonna stop happening. It's not like the tech support is gonna stop happening. I've shared many times about how I went through with tech support because it would get me in this really bad mood when I have tech support. Give me this terrible mood. Like, man, everything sucks. You know, you can't get your stuff done. Oh, the tech support still goes on. It's just a totally different thing. It's just like, it's fun. I got to talk to Gwen today. We had a beautiful time.
Do you help?
Getting my Apple working all nicely. But you see what I mean? That's what a should is for. Should I press the power button now? You know, or something? But not should I be better at this? Should I be saying it this way? Whenever you accept responsibility for how the body plays out, it's like you're hurting yourself. It's like you're hurting yourself.
Painful.
What's that?
It's painful.
Yeah, it's really painful. It's like a reminder that you cut yourself off from your source, which is a lie in itself. So those reminders should be a happy, joyful opportunity, let's say. They're meant to be an opportunity or a learning device for finding your way back to the truth. And you can laugh at them. See? Really what it comes down to is you keep on getting the feeling effect of the original fear. From thinking you separated yourself from reality. All the things that you perceive, all the different circumstances are just extrapolations of that original fear. So that's what it comes back to. Nothing's really happening that seems to be happening. So you just ask for guidance. Fear is never justified. That's the best. Never justified. Because there's no real threat.
Never justified. Gosh, I gotta keep that.
Yep, it's never justified. And you know, when you can take on and you can see through more intense things, like where you get a really big reaction like that, a really big fear reaction, like your husband's about ready to run into another car. There's so much depth of awareness that can be had right there. So I'd be looking forward to it for sure.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew I just needed a perspective shift because with it happening so often, I can use this.
Yeah, that's what it's for. That's why you get excited about it, because you see the lessons are always coming perfectly to you.
Yes.
And they're giving you an opportunity every time to be deeper in the truth. And in being deeper in the truth, you're more joyful and it's so much more fun. Like, oh, thank you for making it look like you almost ran into that car. That's so amazing.
I'm putting my foot to the floor in the passages.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. For, you know, when you see he's not doing anything, you're giving yourself so much power. You know, it's like you're reclaiming that power that's really yours to undo that perception, undo that kind of perception like someone can do it to you. Or you could do it to them. Or you could be too jumpy.
Right.
Okay, so I have this really good, Bob, I see your hand. I'll be with you soon. I have this really amazing question. I asked her to come on with me. I asked her if she wanted to come on with me just herself so she can get all these questions answered, because there seems to be like some need for clarity around this certain topic. Responsibility. Yay, I love this one. Okay. Taking responsibility for everything that happens in our perception. What does it mean? What doesn't it mean? Like if someone gets upset with you, do we take responsibility for their feelings? Okay, so if someone seems to be getting upset with you, that is actually coming from you. So hooray! It's coming from you. Everything that you perceive is a projection of a feeling coming from you. Hooray! That gives all the power and responsibility to you. Yeah. See that? Okay, so if you try to make it personal, like, oh, that means something about me. I'm not like spiritually evolved enough, and that's why someone's coming up to me telling me that I'm a dumb bitch, for instance. You never know what people are going to call you. I got uncompassionate, and I'm uncompassionate, and my friend got not being parently enough. That's how I'm going to summarize it. Not being parently enough. Another friend of mine got crossing boundaries. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. It's all coming from you. It doesn't mean that you are those things that people are saying that you are. It does not mean that you are that. It means nothing. Yay! Your reaction to it, that's the reflection of your self-belief. Your reaction to it only. That's why it's your responsibility. See? When someone comes up to you and they express themselves in a fearful way as if you've done something to them or they're upset with you, that's a call for compassion. Compassion's just there. If you're not blocking it, it's being extended from you. So that's why there's like nothing to do. Take care of your own feeling reaction, that's all. But trying to figure it out mentally, conceptually, and take care of what you feel. That's all. I've heard people say, well, I look there, but I don't feel anything. It must all be healed. Keep looking. There's something. There's always something. Keep looking. Just turn your attention into the body's energy field. That is where the perception is coming from. The angry person is coming from your body's energy field and giving you an opportunity to receive the compassion enough to extend it. Whatever you can receive gets extended. So it's really simple on your part. It's really simple on your part. Don't make them out to be separate, like they have something to heal and you don't. It's a shared mind. So any unhealing that you perceive is your responsibility. Yeah. You're even responsible for what they think because they think it in your perception. that fun? What does it mean and what doesn't it mean? Okay. All right. Or are feeling in reaction to their wanting to make us feel, they're wanting to make us feel guilty over their pain. Okay. So let's see what it is, you know, from the perspective of hey man, you really screwed up, or yeah, you doing that, it made me feel terrible, you know. What are we doing in that situation? You know, what is it? What is it? It's not that most of the time there's a conscious effort to make the other person feel bad, but it's more like an innocent and unwitting attempt to get rid of the feeling by giving it away. Not really understanding, you know, it's like, really, they're looking for love. So it's not like, no, I don't want your stinky gift. It's like, oh, that's so sweet what you're trying to give me, but all I see is love and kindness. I see what you're trying to give to me. That's not going to help you for me to take it from you. And all I see coming from you is loving kindness. A blessing for me. Total blessing for me. All I see is you extending me a gift that I can use for healing our shared mind, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Do we take responsibility for the projection? Where's the projection happening again? In our perception. Everything that arises in the perception, you can take responsibility for that. You are responsible for it. Everything that arises in the perception, you can accept responsibility for it and use it. Use it to extend love, receive love, extend love, have more peace in your heart. Okay? Do we change our behavior? You're not capable of changing your behavior. That's like saying that you are responsible for your own body. We talked about that a little bit earlier. When you think you're responsible for your own body, you're putting the ego in charge. You don't need to think or even have a care about your own body. All the things that you seem to be doing, whether it's like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, washing your body, it's playing out. It's just playing out. It's just you're identifying as you have to do that. It makes it into any kind of burden. I hear people say, gosh, I hate that every day, I've been doing it for like 40 years now, every day, I get up and I have to like wash myself and brush my teeth and put on my makeup and all that other stuff. It's like, if you don't think you're doing that shit, it's fun that you think you're doing it. And it doesn't matter when you realize that you're not doing anything and it's playing out. It doesn't matter what you find yourself doing. It's equally amazing. It's equally amazing. And so much opportunity from moment to moment to demonstrate to your own mind that this isn't real. That's how it's going to be overcome for everyone, is recognizing that this isn't real. We just made it up. We don't have to take it seriously. It's not serious. So trying to change your behavior, that would be taking something pretty seriously, wouldn't it? Your behavior is exactly what you need it to be at the time that's expressed, and it's exactly what everyone else needs it to be. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's what everyone needs. And you know, you could have that sense of you're welcome in the midst of, I'm sorry about that. See? It does not matter what you're saying on the surface. I'm not saying to be an asshole. But you know, if you come off like an asshole, that's freaking awesome too, okay? See what I'm saying? How do we take responsibility without assuming more guilt? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Taking responsibility is impersonal. To the ego, if you take responsibility, you must be a dirty, rotten bastard to have that kind of perception. See? You must be terribly guilty. And that's why people are afraid of taking responsibility. Oh no, that's their shit over there, happening in my perception. But it's theirs over there. It's not theirs, it's not yours, it's just something that is arising because you can see through it and you want to, and it's the only purpose of it. Okay? And who knows, maybe if my friend has more questions, she'll come on with me. That'd be really fun. I love it when people know what kind of defenses they have against it, and they can put those defenses out, and it's just like, well, it's not justified. That defense, another defense, another defense, they're just not justified. When you look at them and you actually apply reason to them, there's no justification for any of that. It's just, it's arising in your perception, therefore you can heal it, therefore it's your responsibility. Simple. Doesn't mean that you're less spiritual, doesn't mean that you have fallen or something. It's perfect. So it totally doesn't mean anything like that. It means that you're powerful, if it means anything, because you can handle it. Okay, I'm going to go to Bob. He's got a hand up. I'll stop playing the harp so it goes to him. It's hard not to play the harp when it's sitting here. Bob Shine. Mahalo, Facebook peeps. I love you.
Are you making him a panelist?
I made him a panelist. Yeah, he's here.
Hey, Bob.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Loud and clear. Can you hear us?
All right. Yes. Can you see me and hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, we'll see what I can do. I had a guy show up here just now saying he needs to use the internet and it's too slow. He wants me to get off the internet.
Oh.
So I don't know what to do here. But anyway,
I'm sure it'll come to you.
Right. Should I or shouldn't I?
Let's see what Bob's response is going to be. We'll all watch it together.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, the internet has just been slow today. It's not because I'm using it. So, yeah, so now there's this quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson. The world is his who can see through its pretension, see it to be a lie, and you have already dealt it a mortal blow. So, you know, you're just talking about how fear is never justified. There is no real threat, and that we need to reclaim our power. You know, fear, false evidence appearing real, right?
Okay.
So, so then there's all these things in the media that are saying are a threat. So there was 9/11, you know, all of the explosions of the Twin Towers and all the evidence that says that it was all demolition, that it was an inside job. The government did this to create all this fear, and that the weapons of mass destructions, we have to invade Iraq. It's all just a lie. It's all a pretension, and there's nothing happening there. And so then now there's people are investigating what these threats that are apparently spread by the government that we have to be afraid of and watch out for. And so then, you know, there's the flat earth people that are investigating outer space and aliens and all this stuff. There's evidence the moon landing was fake, that there is no outer space.
Okay,
it's
so
just
we
like
got
in the
okay, so Bob, we got a bunch of nonsense, occurring.
Right. That's
And
what I'm
what's
saying. It's
the
all
point?
nonsense.
Yeah.
The point. Yeah, well, let me go on. And so now there's exposés. There's no such thing as radiation. That the atomic bomb tests were Hiroshima was done with fire bombs. All of the explosions that you see, the tests are all special effects. That the nuclear power plants are run by steam. There's no Fukushima leak happening. That's another threat that people are investigating and saying that this.
He froze.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay. So people are investigating, and now it's showing that, you know, if you look on the internet is great. I love the internet because no matter what you hope to find, you will. You can get all the sides. and you know, it's like when you see enough of, oh my God, there's all these different takes on the same thing, you get to see more and more how none of it ever really mattered. None of it was ever relevant.
None of it.
Yeah, that's it. It's just to spin you around and around and around until you see that it's not relevant. And different people have different things in their perceptions. Like some people have aliens in their perception, and some people have government abductions. I used to know a group of chicks that all say they're abducted by the government. So that's their that's their world. That's their kind of world. And like there's all these different kind of worlds that we're having perceptions of. And like when something like that comes into our perception, it's like, okay, it just doesn't mean anything. It's another perception of a kind of world, you know. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like whatever it is for us, whatever the world seems to be to us, that's what our special purpose is within that, because it's occurring to us like that. Aloha, David Cuppy. How fun that we went to high school together. Yay. Maybe I'll recognize you. Let me see. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. You're like a small reggae black dude with dreadlocks and a beard. I love you. Can't say I remember you, but maybe if I saw you as a kid, I would. You look awesome. Hopefully I hung out with you a lot. Cool, thanks. Let's see. Where the heck am I? This isn't my page. Okay, here it is. Let's see what other comments. Oh.
So yeah, can you hear me again?
I can hear you.
Yeah, the internet's real slow, like he says, it's going on and off, so it went off.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but that's enough of that stuff that I was talking about. All of those things that we're supposed to be afraid of are all fabricated. There's evidence that all this stuff is just a conspiracy. There's no problem with the environment, no problem with overpopulation. They say if we were to take all the people in the world and put them together, they would fit in the state of Texas. And then you don't even know if they're correct with the amount of people, 7.5 billion. That could be made up.
It just really doesn't matter. It really
but that's just it. But it proves what you say. It's all made up. That the whole thing, there's no reality out there. It's all a lie. It's all a deception. It's all something that's trying to tempt you into believing something out there that has power, that's going to harm you or harm the world. And the idea is to take your power back, which is love. That is all just a bunch of fear mongering that has no power. The fear is just powerlessness, impotence. That's what fear is. Power is love. That you have a God.
Fear.
Yeah, there's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Don't fear the fear. It's not fearful. You know, and nothing on the surface is going to prove it to you. And that's the thing, is that the point isn't to like try to prove it to people. It's like those who are ready for it and open to it are ready for it, and they're going to find it within themselves. See? That's how you're going to get the proof. That's where you're going to get the real proof, when you put the practice to it, to where you actually have a perception like something is a threat. Like something is a threat. You get the perception that something is a threat, that's exactly where you can prove it to yourself, not by any material or worldly facts, but you can actually prove it to yourself through experience. See? So that's where it's most important, when you actually perceive a threat, to apply the truth to that. You know, like A Course in Miracles says, bring it to the truth. And all that entails is your willingness to get that feeling back of fear, and just be aware of the thoughts without making them real, until you can laugh at them.
Right. That's what it's all about. It's all a comedy, really. It's so absurd to think this is all so serious and real, what we're supposed to be afraid of.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of nonsense. It's all laughable. It's all just like a Saturday Night Live sitcom, basically.
But here's what happens. Say you see the news about that virus, the coronavirus going around. Say you see the news about that, and then you automatically are like fearful of it. And you may not notice that you're really fearful of the virus. And, you know, and not just allowing that feeling to be the feeling that it is, and watching and noticing. So it's really an alertness. Like, you just become alert to what it is that needs to be felt there.
Yeah, but like you say, it's all within me. It's all within us. There's nothing out there. That's why it's so important, like you say, to turn the eyeballs inward, and it's all just us. That to look out there and to think that there's any meaning or power out there, or anything out there. It's just, you know, looking at this computer screen. There's absolutely nothing there. There's no people. There's no harp. It's just I'm the one perceiving it that is giving it reality. And so that's the idea of awareness. That's our true power. Nothing exists without you perceiving it. Without you perceiving it, it doesn't exist. So this is what quantum physics has taught us. The observer, it depends on the observer. The observer is affecting what the observer is observing. So there's nothing out there that can hurt the observer. The observer is creating it through the act of observation. That it's only a potential, possible perception until there's a perceiver that perceives it. It's like a rainbow. That there is no rainbow unless there is a observer that is standing between sunshine and rain, and looking towards the rain to see the rainbow. Without you standing in that position, there is no rainbow. It depends on your perception of that rain and sun to create the rainbow. You're creating it through your perception. It's not even there without you. And that's the same thing with it. Right. And that's the same.
It's not there at all. It's not even there with you. So it's like, you didn't create it, you made it up. It's like fine mist. It can't even stay without continuing to be upheld in thought, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it's continually upheld in thought. You could say the perception is rebirth from moment to moment. Oh, now it says my internet connection is unstable. How fun.
Yeah, maybe it's the weather, all this lightning. I heard more thunder just a little while ago.
Oh my goodness, the skies last night around here, was that spectacular? It was just like lighting up like crazy. And it wasn't a cloudy sky, because the storm was in the ocean at the time, but it was just lighting up everywhere, like pretty. Yeah, it was beautiful. What a storm. I love it. Okay, someone else wanted me to talk about something. Are you all good, Bob? You got it?
Yeah, yeah. I
going
just,
on?
we just have to focus on the love, the light, what we want, the vision that we want for ourselves and for each other, and forget about all this other stuff that's trying to captivate our attention, that's not even real, that has no meaning or power. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you too. I love you.
Mhm. I love you.
Okay, I have a cool. I know,
Uh,
Lori, you had something too that you put on Instagram. You said, I want to talk about this. No, it was Facebook. You said, I want to talk about this. Did we cover that?
Ah, yes, it was the fear thing. Remember, I just said,
Perfect.
I had something that was that the Instagram thing or was it? I think that was it.
Okay, so I have, let's see. Oh, believing. So there was this one that was posted to my Instagram. It's kind of an older one that I did. I think it is, anyways. So it's on believing. So here's what I wrote. Believing is the ego's God. It is the ultimate superstition. Believing makes us feel defensive and afraid of different points of view. Believing is the antithesis to God's perfect love. So she wanted me to expand on that a little bit. If you look at what is believing, what is it based on? I believe this. I believe this. I believe
On
this.
thoughts. It's on
Yeah,
thoughts.
which is past, which is the past. See, it's all the past. Even believing in spiritual concepts, it's like you have to be willing to lay those aside because they're actually meaningless. All the spiritual concepts are also illusions, and that's why they don't get applied in the moment. One example that friend was sharing with me, that they start running in the mind with the spiritual concept when they perceive something and it makes them afraid. They start running with the spiritual concepts in the mind instead of getting that perception right there and receiving the love right there in that perception. It's kind of like resisting the experience, resisting what seems to be the other person who's really coming to you for love in your own name so that you can receive that love. See? No one's outside of you. So believing is like you take a point of view and get identified by a particular point of view. And when someone says or does anything that disturbs that point of view, goes against that point of view, it makes you feel defensive. See? And that's just a subjective feeling. You know when you get triggered, you know when you get defensive. And if you act on the defensiveness, if you act out of the defensiveness, which you're going to be made to do if you take the defensiveness as something that you need, if you act out of it, then you're going to get defensiveness in return. And that's what makes it difficult to learn from the lessons that are being presented to you, is making those beliefs about the world and even about spirituality and everything like that, like something that you have to defend, when the belief is completely meaningless in the moment. It just doesn't mean anything in the moment. When it comes to, you're getting a sense that the illusion is real or something like that. Sure, spiritual concepts can help bring you back, but when you take them on as a belief, that's the thing. Because now it has to be defended. Notice the conversations that go on in your mind with the different people, who are gonna be like, aren't you crazy for that belief or something like that? Or you're trying to get them to see it your way. See, that's what I mean about believing. So if anyone has a question for me, please raise your hand. if the sweetie who posed that question to me would like anything further on that, let me know. And I'm looking at Facebook if anyone wants to put comments there. I think I'm seeing them come in this time. 11 comments. Wow, maybe not. That seems like I didn't see 11 of them. I only see 3 or 4. Oh, that happens. All right, if you're on Facebook, come on to Zoom if you want me to see what you wrote. For sure. One friend asked me something really fun yesterday. I was talking about, money and getting the perception of spending money, getting the perception of maybe spending too much money. Maybe someone like your partner is going, hey, why are you spending so much money and stuff like that. And recognizing you don't have a choice in it. My friend goes, well, where do you draw the line? Do you just start why wouldn't you just start tipping $1,000 or and I said, well, yeah, why not just start throwing 50s out the window and stuff, And see, where that question even comes from is the sense that I have a choice in it. That's saying you have a choice in it. Where do you draw the line? And it's like, what are you drawing the line with? You gonna draw the line with judgment or what, And who draws the line? That's just the personal responsibility. You don't really have a choice in that. People say, oh, I could just choose to just go through my whole bank account in one day. It's like, no, you can't. And if you get the perception of yourself going through your bank account in one day, you did not choose it. And if you're saying that it made you do it because you heard something about not being able to do anything, that's just what you're using. That's just what you're using. That's all. To prove to yourself that you have a choice. It's not going to prove to you that you have a choice or prove to you that you don't have a choice. Okay. But when you recognize that you don't have a choice, when you're even just willing to recognize that you don't have a choice in it, you get that sense of relief. That's how you know. Because you're worthy of that relief. You're worthy of that release. You're a release from all burdens. That's how you know. That's how you're sure. You get more and more released from that.
And the release is the person feels relief.
That sense of release is kind of like the dissolving of the personal, let's say. Because the personal thought structure, the idea based on the idea of separation is a burden. It's heavy.
Right.
See? So if you think, just even the question, well, where do you draw the line? It's like there's no one to draw the line. It's just like whatever I perceive, that's an illusion. That's not it's not me doing it. So it's not like someone has to take responsibility for that. It's just playing out the way it plays out. It's like images changing. How are you going to take it? Are you going to take it like I had a choice and I made that choice? I could have bought the green skirt that was $15, but I chose the yellow skirt that was $50. You don't. It's showing it like that as if you have a choice, so that you can buy into that. You could either use that, along with the ego and make it your evidence that you have a choice, or you could be willing to see through it and use it as a device for healing. Whatever it is that comes up. If you were more spiritual, you wouldn't spend so much money that way. And the thing is, it's all for seeing that there is no choice in it, that it's all innocent, and there's no separation. Did we cover everyone's topics?
Gosh, I think
Got a chat going?
it's so weird that we're just sitting here listening to your harp. It's so soothing.
Nice. It's fun. It's fun playing the harp and having wisdom dialogue. That might be my new thing. I don't know. This one's small, so it's easy.
You said the big one's still in the shop.
Yeah, big one's still in the shop.
What's the matter with it? Doesn't look like there's a whole lot to it.
What do you mean?
Like there's only strings in the where they attach. So
Oh yeah. Who knows? I'm not a harp maker.
so it doesn't sound right. Is that?
No, it's not. It's not that. It just it got unglued like this part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was coming apart, so they're gluing it back together. But they had to get more wood. Like they had to replace the wood.
Oh.
Okay, from Urba. Yay.
Oh.
What is the difference between belief and faith? You have spoken recently about the role of faith in one's own process of knowing the truth for oneself. Well, you know, faith isn't something that needs to be defended like a belief. And remember, these are just words, so it's not like for argument's sake or anything like that. Remember, these are just words, so you use them as pointers to see what I mean. You got to see what I mean. Okay? So, you know, it's like faith, it's like you have faith in what's true. You have faith in what's true. It's not like you have to defend it, but when you're taking on a belief about it, it has to be defended then. Then when someone says something that is against your faith, or they do something that's against your faith, you have a hard time loving them. See? Belief is like a block to love. It's like a block to love. And, you know, you could say faith could be a block to love too if you have faith in the illusion. It's just in a different way, you know. A lot of people have faith in the illusion, and then, you know, that'll also be covered by a belief too. You know, like I have faith that, I don't know, Donald Trump is a threat to the civilized world. I don't know why. I just love that one. It's like if you have faith that that's the truth, then you're going around every day as if that's true. So, and from a very limited point of view. So in that way, you know, faith is kind of like the same thing, being a block to love. When you have faith in what's true, when you have faith that anything that upsets you must be false, for instance, that's very relieving and healing. You turn it into a belief, then you make yourself suffer over what other people think, and you have to use it for arguments and not really for healing. That's how you know. If you're gonna find yourself using it for arguing, then that's belief. You got belief.
Yeah. Oh,
Aloha from Maine. Oh, thank you.
from Maine.
Yeah, her name is Jessica.
What?
Jessica Borgo. Lori's in Maine. No, Lori's from Maine.
I mean,
She's in Florida now.
Wow.
Yay! Yay, Kai Molino. Thank you.
So I had a friend on Facebook who posted these beautiful, it's a 3-part thing, and she had pictures of herself made up. Somebody took very vulnerable pictures of herself with hardly anything on, very tastefully done. And I watched this, and I even said it to her. The thoughts were, what is she trying to draw attention to her body? Oh, judge, which
How fun.
felt like crap. So I knew right there, none of it. It was so beautiful. I thanked her for triggering me. It was beautiful because I didn't know I had judgment against somebody putting their body on Facebook.
She did it for you.
She did.
Yay.
And she thanked me for being her beautiful mirror because it just was such a beautiful back and forth for both of us. It was gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I love it.
Me too. And another thing happened. Oh, and I also noticed that the Trump, I noticed lately that when somebody posts anything about Trump,
Yeah.
I didn't realize, because I'm really out of all of that, but I don't pay attention to politics, but I noticed that I wouldn't friend or accept a friendship from anybody who was a Trump supporter, and I didn't even know.
Oh, that's fun.
No, that judgment was there until today. Somebody wanted to be my friend. I went and I saw that Trump thing there, and I felt the contraction, and I went, and I friended her anyway. Yeah, it's the more you feel that contraction, there's a belief right there.
Yeah, that's how you know. And that's why, there's one in A Course in Miracles, there's one section in A Course in Miracles, if you get the reaction like, how could they ask me to do that? And maybe consider doing that, because it's like, not that you really have a choice in it, but just opening up to it because it got that kind of reaction.
Right.
Because it got, how dare they?
Yeah.
How could I be friends with someone who's a Trump supporter?
Right.
But it's like for me, in my case, when people are asking me for a friendship, now I'm getting close to 4,000 out of 5,000 that you're allowed to have on Facebook. I'll look at their wall and see if it's interesting to me. If it's not, or unless I know them, like I met them or something.
Yeah.
Or I know them, they're from around here, whatever. But it's not interesting to me, then no need.
Mm. Well, that's the way I was doing it, but I was judging. Like if it was really a political page, I would not. But I'm really glad that I did accept this one because it turned out she was I didn't recognize the name, but it turns out she's an aunt of my son's girlfriend. And oh my gosh, we had a great conversation. She said how much she loves my granddaughter. The whole family loves my granddaughter. And it turned out to be awesome.
Perfect.
Yep. It was awesome.
Yay. So, it comes down to, you don't have a formula. There's not a formula. See, it's not like, oh, now I've healed enough so that now I friend people who are having political stuff on. There's just not a formula. It's the peace you find within everything, however it is that you present yourself.
And I'm not in charge of whether I accept a friend request or not.
Right.
Yeah. Just like they're not in charge of whether they sent it or not.
Yeah. And it doesn't prove anything whether you do or not. Some
Either
people
way.
don't even go on Facebook.
Doesn't mean,
not even on Facebook.
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
She comes over and I read my Facebook post to her. That's how she gets them. She's not even on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She just comes over and I read them. Okay, here we have a fun one. Hello, Hope. What are you feeling? What are your feelings on fake it till you make it? Is it a decision of the self, or is it actually valuable when trying to understand a concept? Well, you know, whatever it is that's going on the surface, you don't have a choice on that. Like if you find yourself faking a smile or something like that, you don't have a choice on that. So you're just watching. So there's nothing you can really fake because you're just watching it. There's nothing to fake there. It's like you're not fake, so there's nothing to fake. See? Is it a deception of the self? Fake it until you make it? It's just nothing. It's not anything. If you find yourself playing out a fake it till you make it scenario, it's just no different than anything else. Just generalize it all. It doesn't mean anything because it's before that, it's behind that you're getting the teaching. The teaching is coming in before, behind. You could say detached from that maybe is a way of looking at it. It's like you're looking at this person. The only one who can fake it till they make it is a person, right? Like they got to make it somewhere. So
and
you're
like
looking
somewhere
at
to go.
and it's fun. There's no problem. It's really fun. But what brings about the illusion of healing, and the reason why it's an illusion of healing is because there's nothing to heal. So what brings about the illusion of healing is what's willing to take responsibility for whatever's in the perception instead of making the perception real. So having the perception of someone faking it till they make it, don't identify with that someone. Don't identify as that's you. Just watch the show. Watch the show unfold. It's the identification with it. It's a self-deception. That's all it is. Not anything that you seem to be doing. Okay, so now I have, okay. He says, Caimolino says, recognize what does not matter. And if your brothers ask you for something outrageous, do it because it does not matter. Refuse and your opposition establishes that it does matter to you. See? So it's like if someone asks you to do something and you think that it doesn't matter, but it really matters to them, but you think it doesn't matter, you know what the invitation is to do it because it doesn't matter, because it really doesn't matter. See? And it's not that you have a choice in doing it. It's just that you're open to, it doesn't matter if I do it. So it's not like you're going to not do something to show them that it doesn't matter, because really what you're doing is showing them that it actually matters to you. See? So you want to teach what it is through your demonstrating and not through your physical teaching. See what I mean?
Not sure I see what you mean.
Do you have any questions about it?
Through your physical, through your demonstrating?
Yeah,
No.
like if you're saying that the perception doesn't matter, what arises in the perception that doesn't matter, it doesn't have the same kind of effect as if you're demonstrating that it doesn't matter. Like here, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Let's say they left their dirty dishes in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
And so you go, well, you know, they're like, hey, why don't you would you wash my dish for me? And it's like, why don't they wash their own dish? You know, that's how you know, in this sense, just be willing to do it, because it made an impact on you like that. Like, how dare they? Like, they should be doing their own dish. They made the mess, and so they should be doing their own dish.
That shows that it did matter.
It matters to you. It shows that it matters to you because it's like a big deal. And so that's why it's like being open to doing it, because in the playing out of you doing it, you're seeing through that it doesn't really matter what you're doing. if you seem to be washing a dish or something like that. It's not to be made a rule, as in every time someone asks you to do something, you should do whatever they ask you to do. See, it's all playing with it conceptually. It's all like as in it's your psyche. It's in your psyche where it's like, I'm not going to do that because they should be doing it for themselves, you know?
That is so easily seen as the ego.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how the ego would see it. It's like they should be doing that. Or, you know, like someone, you know, would you go out, would you consider doing this thing? One of my friends asked me, she's been getting her mail here, and she's like, would you mind sending me a text when the mail comes in? And I'm just like, automatically, of course. And then after that, I see the kind of thoughts that are like, she's already getting her mail at your house, and now she wants you to text her too, and the mail comes in. Gosh, what a pain in the ass. And you know, it's just like you just see that, and then and then it's not, and that doesn't like make a rift in your relationship, because you know that that is just some kind of deception arising.
And you can laugh at it.
Exactly. It's just funny. It's just funny. It doesn't make any, and you know, look, all of these relationships where we're coming together, it's like almost like we're coming together to push these little buttons, these little trigger buttons, and it's all in such a loving and fun way. You know, the way I look at it is everyone's so sweet to me all the time, and an appreciation, and I just laugh at the impressions that I get about things.
And you don't hang on to them.
Yeah. So it's not like it's
clearly seen and let
yeah.
go.
Yeah, one of my friends was telling me, you know, another one of our friends, when I'm with her, she only thinks about herself. You know, she's just like, it's all about her. It's all about her injury, her wound, her this, her that. And what about me? You know, what about my owie? What about my thing? You know, stuff like that. And it's like, man, if someone shows up like that for you in your perception, it's just an opportunity to be glad for it. It's just you to play with it exactly as it is. You just play with it exactly as it is. You just play with the energy. You know, if someone shows up as just selfish, only caring about themselves, it's okay. You just play with the energy. And I watch my other friends start to play with the energy too. And then then it just comes into this perfect little meeting. It's like a meeting, you know, it's like people are taking care of each other because they're taking care of their own feelings, you know. And then that perception of the person being so selfish, it gets transformed because your sense of their selfishness is playing off of your defensiveness to that.
Yeah.
You're wanting something different. So that's the energy play. So when you're seeing it like that, you're playing with that energy, you know, and it's not like you have to, you know, first I watched one of my friends trying to take care of herself in a way where she's conceptually taking care of herself and just like saying no to the request, but saying no, it's a certain energy. It's kind of like saying no in a way that I'm saying no because I need to put up my boundaries and I need to take care of myself, and it's building a wall. See, it's the energy of it. It always comes down to it. It's not what you say. A no can be so many different ways, but only love or fear. See, it can come in a lot of different flavors, but it's only love or fear the way it comes up. So just in watching that play, and when you see that, oh, the selfishness is fun. It's actually fun to play with. Now I don't have to protect myself from the selfishness. See? Now I don't have to protect myself from it. The selfishness can just arise, and I can play with that energy, and however it comes out, it'll always be serving me.
How do you play with it?
Well, you know, you get the perception that someone's being selfish, and you immediately allow the compassion because the perception is coming from your body's energy field. It's a feeling. It's a feeling sense. And then there's a perception of a person that you're hanging out with being selfish. So it comes from your own body's energy field. So you look to that and not to the other person to change. You look to the body's energy field, and you know how you prefer to feel. You see the contrast in that. You know what you're worthy of. You watch it, and you just watch it transform within you, and then you watch it, and things transform very quickly on the surface too.
Because I have a friend back in Maine who, it's not about selfish, but it's constant sickness. She's always got something. Her back is messed up. She goes to the doctor all the time. She doesn't go to work. It's none of my business, but it's one thing after another. And I find myself having a really hard time supporting her.
Well, what do you want to support her in?
I don't want to support her in, because I believe it's all self. There's a belief there.
See?
Yeah, there's a belief right there.
That's why you don't want to support her. She
Yeah.
threatens your belief.
Yeah. Yeah. I just saw that.
Isn't that fun?
It really helps to talk about these things.
I know. That's why we have wisdom dialogue.
Wait. Get it right in your face so you can see, because it literally drives me crazy when it's another thing she's going to the doctor's for.
No, it doesn't drive you crazy.
Okay.
It just looks like it is responsible for that crazy feeling that's coming up. That's all. Why isn't it fun? Hey, I'm going to the doctor again. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, what fun that you're going to the doctor again. They must love you in there.
Well, that's don't
You see
react
what I
to that.
mean? It's just that it seems like there's a problem with going to the doctor. There's no problem.
Huh. Yeah, there's a belief that she's a hypochondriac. Yep.
And you know, all that is fear of you becoming that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why you're getting a reaction. You're afraid. It's fear. You can just enjoy the perception. You can enjoy that perception of her going to the doctor. You just support people. You just support people on their path, whatever their path is. You support them on their path. Oh, awesome! My mom tells me stuff, and you know, she'll get like lots of laughter from me, and she's like, "You're just laughing at it," and I was like, "Yeah." That's how it is. And, you know, that's what I mean, and nothing serious. You know, a hypochondriac sounds pretty serious.
Well, she does act very serious about it all. She's sick and tired of the one thing after another. Every single.
Well, that's funny.
What she says anyway.
So someone said, how about just empathy and acceptance of her choices and love that she is able to find whatever she seeks? Yeah, perfect. It's like, you know, it's like when she says she hates it and stuff like that, love that she's finding what she's seeking there. She's finding something for hatred. She's finding something to make hateful. Good. Perfect. It's perfect for you. I'm happy for you. I mean, that's it. Like how it feels inside. Like, I'm happy for you. It may not come out like that. But it's not like, oh, happy for you. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, it's like you feel good for them, which is what they're really asking for. You know, they're asking for that forgiveness. They're asking for that love that you can share. Even when they say, I hate this thing, it's like, oh yeah, I feel you on that. I see that. That way people can vent to you and it's okay.
Got it.
Like, thank you for telling me too. You don't have to commiserate.
Right. That's what I can't do. I can't commiserate because it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and you don't have to. See, that's the thing. That's why it's brought to you. It's brought to your perception so that you can make it light. You know, shine the light on it.
I can.
Yeah, you can. And it could be done without offending a person too.
Right.
Not that that's up to you, but just watch how you feel offended.
Right.
See?
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like it's an attack on you. Someone saying, oh, I'm in the hospital again. I fucking hate this or whatever.
Right.
It's like, oh, thanks for letting me know. When you're not commiserating with them, they stop telling you stuff like that. That's my experience. Because, you know, unless what they want is to be uplifted, and then you'll see that more and more, and you'll have more and more opportunities to share with them.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like, I don't have to push anyone away who wants to tell me some negative shit. I just be myself, and they might tell me a couple things. It might be entertaining, and then I don't hear from them. Because they're looking for something else. They're looking for some kind of resistance or some kind of commiseration.
Got it. Beautiful.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. We got another question. So am I to understand that I am angry or appalled with someone's request or behavior, that this is a gift to me and it is an opportunity to see what is arising in me? Well, you get the sense that you're angry or appalled with someone because of that, but you can't really get angry or appalled with someone. That's a trigger, is just a trigger of what's already there. So that someone is definitely giving you a gift. You know, even I was talking with my friend when we were at a restaurant, and she started to get kind of a snarl on her face. And I go, well, what's going on? And she goes, oh, that person's voice, it's just so annoying. And it's like, oh, you know, the person's not there, right? The person's not really there. And she's like, well, it sure does seem like she's there, because every time she talks, I'm just like, it's like nails on a chalkboard. She's like, you don't feel the same thing? And I said, I didn't even notice the woman. You know, I didn't even notice that. And no, now that I'm listening, I'm not getting the same thing. You know, the annoyance is there, and it's like you're constantly looking for a place to put it, and now it's on that person, and it's going to be on someone else. The same thing with disappointment. You're disappointed in yourself, so you're going to find things to be disappointed in. You know, when you recognize that, you can take on whatever it is. You can just take it in, let's say. Take it in and let it flow back out again. Yes, it's always an opportunity. And she says, hi to Lori. And then there's more stuff. I saw something else come up. Where is that? In the chat. Wow, biggie. Okay. Urba. Thank you, Hope, for your answer about the difference between belief and faith. I have apparently found myself in arguments with certain people about your ideas a few times. Oh, I know. It's very funny. I can see how I could abide in faith without needing to defend anything, even if the argument stemmed from me sharing what was authentically alive in me in response to their questions about how I was doing. At the same time, I recognized that I had no choice in the matter of what I said, and nothing happened anyway. Yes, that's it. It's teaching. See how it's teaching? It's just showing you how you hold a belief. Oh, Hope, yeah, her teachings are great. Someone says, oh no, you know, Hope sucks. It's kind of like, okay, it's fine either way. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Stop that train of conversation right there. Go tell someone else how awesome Hope's teachings are. Everyone's point of view is valid. One of my friends told me how I'm programmed by the Illuminati or something. It was some kind of really, you know, it could have been like this outrageous thing. but you know, it wasn't anything. And she said, is there any validity to what I'm saying? And I'm like, of course, totally valid. There's not a whole lot to talk about after that. Like, yes, it's totally valid. And then I don't have to try to get her to see things my way. If I find myself even going down that path, I'll just stop and turn around. I'll laugh at myself. Find myself going down the path of belief and trying to defend belief, and I'll just laugh and kind of like retreat right off of that idea. No need. You can have peace instead of this. Perhaps in addition to the answer could be that belief upholds the dream of separation, even if the belief is that separation itself is an illusion. Yes, very good. Isn't that fun? Hey, because it apparently separates one from others who don't seem to hold that belief. Hooray! Yes, very good. What a wonderful lesson in relating. Whereas faith is independent of anyone else's apparent existence and what they believe, and accepts them no matter what. Yes, you don't need anyone on your side for faith because you're the only one. But for belief, you need people to believe with you. In that sense, faith includes everything, including their seemingly conflicting beliefs, when really no conflict is even possible. I love it. Yes. And faith reflects that truth. You got it. You got it. Yeah, even when you have the perception that there's conflict and you recognize that no conflict is possible, you're immediately seeing that person is giving you a gift and just being lovely and kind to you, even if they think they are mean to be mean to you. Beliefs come out of fear that faith is misplaced. That fear is a gift for healing. Yay. Hooray for you. Okay, let's see what we have here. It's only there. It's only you. Okay. This is the rest of. Okay, first I'm going to go to this one by Lori. If you can be of assistance, volunteer. For example, I share nutritional healing advice when I'm able and the person is open to it. Yeah, see, like if you're into nutritional healing and the person is like, you know what? I'm not one bit interested in that. You're not going to shove it down their throat, so to speak. Otherwise, just big love and acceptance. It's the same thing, yeah? It's the same thing. This is the rest of the paragraph. Okay, so Kai Molino came back and gave me the rest of the paragraph. I believe this is from ACIM, A Course in Miracles. It is only you, therefore, who have made the request outrageous, and every request of a brother is for you. Why would you insist in denying him? For to do so is to deny yourself and impoverish both. He is asking for salvation as you are. So look beneath what it seems like they're asking of you, and they're asking for salvation, which comes from love, allowing love in that moment. It doesn't mean you have to acquiesce to every request. You know, if you consider it outrageous and it's not harmful to anyone or anything, it's just, you know, just consider it. He is asking for salvation. Poverty is of the ego and never of God. No outrageous request can be made of one who recognizes what is valuable and wants to accept nothing else. See? So every request, even if it's a request that you do not acquiesce to, it's like, thank you. I'm glad you asked me that. Thank you. Just that sense that it's outrageous. It's sort of like this. Well, it is. It's the same kind of thing. It's like a fear thing. It's like when you're in the car, Lori, and it looks like your husband's almost going to hit another car, and you get that sense of fear. It's kind of like that when someone asks you something and it hits you like that. You get triggered. That's what's being said with the invitation is to let it be done as they've requested. Thanks. That's what I did. That's what I did with my ER post on FB yesterday. Commiserating. Mahalo for that insight. I didn't see your ER post. You went to the ER? How fun. That's awesome. Will there be anything else, my loves? What happened to the chat? Oh, there it is. Yay. Okay, I think that's it.
Oh, do.
Hey, it got dark in here. I just noticed in my video. Oh my goodness, it's so dark. Yay. It is kind of dark right now and cold. All right, I'm back again on Mondays and Tuesdays, everyone.
When you say cold, I want to know what cold is for you.
Well, like it gets like under 70 during the day. It's pretty cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Under 70. Ooh. That's chilly for Hawaii.
Yeah, and it's under 70 and it's kind of wet.
So that makes it worse.
Makes it wet and cold. Okay, so one more here. Yay, thank you. Another question. Is it possible to love someone too much? Well, I'm going to say yes in the sense that it's coming. In the sense that this is being asked. Because that's not love. Even if you have to ask that kind of question. You know, it's something that's an underlying fear. You know, it's not really love. It's fear in disguise. Like even to have to ask that question, because love is one. You can't really love one person more than another. You really can't. So if you get the perception, you're probably talking about something that's more like infatuation, which is fear. Not that it's wrong or anything, just recognize it for what it is. Don't call it love when it's not love. Love is one.
And fear is of losing.
Yes. I love you so much. Oh my God, don't die.
That's suffering.
That sucks. Please don't love me that much. Or do love me so much and I'll laugh at it. Whatever. You see what I'm saying? How's infatuation really fear? It denies love. It denies love because it's like this person is like everything I need or everything that completes me. It's something other than just a reflection of yourself. So it's making that important and special and setting yourself up for suffering. See? People are going to come to you in a certain way and have special relationships with you anyways. But, you know, you're projecting over that like, you know, this person is something that's like really important for you. It's like more than any of the other people. Just watch that. It's a setup for suffering.
And responsible
Yeah.
for happiness.
Yeah. The thing is your perception of that person being so lovely or whatever it is. It's a trick. It's to set you up to have to attach to something in the world. It's all you. Just in noticing that you can't love a person more than everyone else because it's one, and really there isn't anyone else. It comes from the inner love. So to get you to identify with, do I love this person too much? That's not even love in the first place. Are you okay if the person says, I never want to be in contact with you? Are you okay? Let's check in with something like that. Love is completely free. It's not affected by coming and going. It's not affected by bodies dying. It's not affected by perceived separation. Check in with something like that. Watch those setups. There's nothing wrong with it again.
And it doesn't come in doses of not enough and too much.
Right. It's not like that. Love is never too much or not enough.
Right.
Hooray, everyone. What a fun wisdom dialogue.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you too. I think we have covered everything now. And wow, is it dark? I'm in the dark. So, yay. So I'm back every Tuesday now. So next Tuesday again, we will come. Wonderful no matter what. Sometimes I have apparently not been. I have seemingly suffered, but I've seen through that. Hooray. Yay. I love it. Oh, Yulia, thank you. I love you. I so appreciate you coming on. Thanks a lot. Thieves. Yay.
My kids are going to be here, my granddaughter. So next Tuesday I'll be listening after, but
okay, awesome. And then go to hopejohnson.org, okay? If you want to get to the podcast and stuff like that, that's where you go. hopejohnson.org/wisdom dialogue. You could also get my book there, Unschooling for Parents, which is an awesome book, even if you're not a parent. And it's really easy to read. That's what people tell me. You just like open up anywhere in it and you can see something and go like, yeah. Or you could read it, or you could just read it front to back, which is also fun. There's also a donate page on there. I just got noticed that the next time I upload something to, what is it called? Buzzsprout, they're going to be charging me again because for extra money because I post so many minutes on there. But I can't help it. I love to, and it's fun. So, yeah, anything that you can donate is awesome. Any kind of technical support you can donate is totally awesome. Go to the donate page if you want to donate in money form, or just email me if there's something that you would like to do as far as getting the word out with me. So, hooray! I love you. My email address is hopejohnson@me.com. I love you. Thank you. Mahalo.
I love you. Thank you.
Yay.
Bye-bye.
Ahuyo.